Hi, my name is Andrew Rafferty, and this is my reverse engineering project. I chose an ice hockey skate mostly because I have a bunch of old ones that I wasn't afraid to tear apart, and because it was something that I was somewhat knowledgeable, and I thought nobody else in the class might pick this. Well, at least my fingers are crossed. Alright, so first thing I started to look at when taking it apart was I just took out the laces. What's different about ice hockey skate laces compared to basically any other sport is how long they are. I actually measured out the length of the laces and it was over 10 feet long. The reason for this is that ice hockey players need a lot of support around their ankles. With all the stopping and starting and making tight turns, it's imperative that the ankle does not bend, kind of like the opposite of the way a soccer cleat would work. We actually have a nickname for people who bend their ankles when they skate. They are called benders. You don't want to be called a bender. Then I took a look at the outside of the skate. There's a bunch of different composite materials out here. Some are just to make it look nice, and some are designed for protection. You can see on the left there's a picture of the toe of the skate where if you're going to block a shot, it's most likely going to hit you in the toes, and you don't want your toes to shatter, so that is the strongest part of the skate. That material is also replicated on the side of the skate, just in case you take a shot to the outside. These skates are probably about 15 to 20 years old. They belonged to my dad a long time ago. So as technology advances, they keep getting stronger and stronger materials that are at lighter weights so that players can skate faster but also be safer. The average hockey skate costs about anywhere from $400 to $1,000 if you're getting a nice new pair. And I would imagine most of that price is because of the expensive composite materials that they use to protect the player's feet. This was surprisingly easy to take off. The blade is attached to the plastic part that you can see on the right by two rivets. These rivets they can come loose, so hockey players check them quite often to make sure that the blade's not loose and unstable. You can see, if you're familiar with figure skating blades, that they are a different shape. Figure skating blades have kind of a rough toe so that they can spin around. Hockey players have a thinner blade that has, you can see the curved edges on the side, so that way if you're stopping, starting, or turning, or just skating forward, you're not going to trip over your toe. Speed skaters, on the other hand, have very, very long blades, which helps them increase. I think it's because of the surface area of the blade that's touching the ice allows them to keep the blade on the ice for longer, which, while they're making their turns, increases their average velocity. Hockey players usually get their skates sharpened about every 5 or 10 times after they skate. I wish I should have taken pictures of a skate sharpener. That would have been useful. Usually, blades, I think they're about 5/8 or 3/8 of an inch thick, just so that there's still enough there for you to stand and stay balanced, but not too much to slow you down. One of the new cool innovations that people that make ice hockey skates have invented is what's called the Mars blade. And you can see how there's a little blue piece between the toque, which is that white plastic, and the metal blade. What this allows is for the blade to pivot as a player is skating and turning. It might seem counterintuitive, but the longer that your blades are on the ice, the faster you're going to go when making a turn. So I've watched plenty of videos, and players are actually saying that they feel like they are being pushed out of a turn when they're wearing these skates. I know a couple pro hockey players have tested these out. Nobody in the NHL is wearing these right now, but I think as the technology advances, this is probably going to be the next big step in ice skates. So the price will probably go up too. Alright, the toque is the plastic part that connects the blade to the boot of the skate. I tried to take the rivets out, and that was almost impossible. You can see on the right how it is very, very difficult to take them out. Great explanation, I know. But that is useful because you don't want your toque and your blade coming apart from your boot during the middle of a game. A couple of things that are important here for the toques are that you have a metal that's strong enough to withstand a lot of pressure and force, but then also durable enough that it will not rust or corrode over time. You can see that the one rivet on the left is different than the other rivets. My guess is that's because most of the pressure is on the heels and the toes, so you need a stronger rivet there to keep it in place. If they would have chosen metal that would oxidize pretty easily, it would get weak and fall off, and I've actually had rivets fall off my skates plenty of times. Pretty easy to add them back, but it is a pain in the butt. I didn't take a picture of this, but these skates, because they're so old, the sole of the skate was very, very thin and not a great material. They're much better now. A lot of them use gel because you don't want to feel these rivets on your feet as you're skating. Hockey players do a lot of stopping and starting and full sprinting during the game. There'll be a lot of stress on your foot. Okay, so that's the end of my presentation. I really wish I could have taken the skate apart more, but I don't have the tools available to me. Yeah, so that's it.